Hello everyone, I am Amit Budo. I am a medical student from Archipal Medical College, Kolkata.
Today, I will introduce my friend Ramesh.
Hello.
He came to me with blood all over the napkin and a continuous ooze of blood from his left nostril. He was very much concerned about his bleeding. So he came to me. Let's think about the causes of his nose bleeding altogether and help to give relief from the nose bleeding by giving him proper treatment. Ramesh asked me about epistaxis. What is epistaxis actually? Epistaxis is bleeding from inside the nose. It is very frequent complaint. Almost 60% of the population will suffer from a nose bleeding during their lifetime, and almost 6% will require medical attention. Majority of the epistaxis occurs between the ages of 2 to 10 and 50 to 80 years. Actually, the nasal septum and the lateral wall of the nose is highly vascular area. It is supplied by internal and the external carotid artery system. The anterior and the posterior ethmoidal artery branches of ophthalmic artery which gives supply to the both nasal septum and the lateral wall of the nose. Both these arteries come from the internal carotid artery system. Now in the nasal septal area, the sphenopalatine artery, septal branch of greater palatine artery and septal branch of superior labial artery supplies, which comes from the external carotid artery system. You can revise it from the video on the nasal septum. You will get the link from the description box. Now come to the lateral wall of the nose. Posterior lateral nasal branches of the sphenopalatine artery, the greater palatine artery, the nasal branch of anterior superior dental artery and the branches of the facial artery give supply to the lateral wall of the nose. All of the arteries come from the external carotid artery system. We will discuss all this in the video of lateral wall of nose. Now come to the highly vascular area of the nose. It is called Little's area. The arteries anastomose here and form a vascular plexus called Kesselbach's plexus. Now let's discuss about the all possible causes of nose bleeding from which my friend is suffering. The causes may be local in the nose or nasopharynx, or general systemic causes, or it may be idiopathic. Now come to the local causes. In the local causes, the cause may lie into the nose or the nasopharynx. Ramesh may have bad habit of nose pricking, which may cause fingernail trauma, or other injuries may cause the epistaxis in the nose. Also, previous intranasal surgery or fracture of middle third of the face or the base of the skull may cause bleeding. And also, hard blowing of nose or violent sneeze may cause nasal bleeding. Let's discuss the infectious causes. It may be acute or chronic. In the acute section, the causes may be viral rhinitis, nasal diphtheria, or the acute sinusitis. In the chronic section, the all cast forming diseases like atrophic rhinitis, rhinitic sicca, tuberculosis, syphilis septal perforation, granulomatous lesion like rhinosporidiosis may cause bleeding of the nose. Any foreign body may lodge inside the nose, which may be non-living like any neglected foreign body, rhinolith, or living like maggots, leeches may cause bleeding. The neoplasms of nose and paranasal sinuses may result into nose bleeding. Neoplasms may be benign or malignant. In the benign section, we can think about hemangioma or papilloma. And in the malignant section, we can think about carcinoma or sarcoma. Atmospheric changes sometimes plays a huge role in causing of bleeding in the nose. High altitudes, sudden decompression, hot weather may cause nose bleeding. And also, as a cause, we can think about deviated nasal septum. Now come to the nasopharynx. The adenoiditis or juvenile angiofibroma or malignant tumors may cause bleeding. We have to think all the causes in our mind during the history taking so that we can ask relevant questions to my friend for heading towards the actual cause. Now come to the general causes. General causes may be cardiovascular, where the hypertension, arteriosclerosis, mitral stenosis, pregnancy-related hypertension, or hormonal changes in pregnancy may cause nasal bleeding. There may be disorder of blood and the blood vessels like aplastic anemia, leukemia, thrombocytopenic and vascular purpura, hemophilia, Christmas disease, scurvy, vitamin K deficiency, hereditary hemorrhagic telangiectasia, where any of these causes may lead to the rupture of the vessels and nasal bleeding. In case of liver disease like hepatic cirrhosis, there may be deficiency of different factors, coagulating factors, which may lead to coagulatory disorders. Chronic nephritis, different effects of drugs like salicylates, other analgesics which are used in pains or headaches, or mainly anticoagulant therapy can cause frequent bleeding from the nose. Other causes like tumors at the mediastinum, which may lead to increase the mediastinal pressure, can cause mediastinal compression, which may lead to further bleeding in the nose. Or any acute general infection like influenza, measles, chickenpox, whooping cough, rheumatic fever, typhoid, malaria, dengue may lead to vascular problem. Many of the times the cause of epistaxis is not clear. We call them idiopathic cause. Now let's think about the all possible sites of epistaxis or all possible anatomical sites from where the nasal bleeding can happen. First of all, the most vulnerable area where the 90% of the cases of epistaxis and bleeding occurs is Little's area. This area is situated in the antero-inferior part of the nasal septum, just above the vestibular area. Other sites of the bleeding are above the level of the middle turbinate, below the level of middle turbinate, in the posterior part of the nasal cavity, or bleeding may be diffuse or bleeding may from the nasopharynx. The bleeding occurs above the level of the middle turbinate. The responsible vessels are anterior and posterior ethmoidal vessels from the internal carotid system. And if the bleeding is below the level of middle turbinate, responsible artery is mainly sphenopalatine artery. It may be hidden, lying lateral to the middle or inferior turbinate. Now to confirm the diagnosis, we will do some investigations. The investigations and the management of the nose bleeding of Ramesh will be discussed in the next video. To help Ramesh stay during the investigation time and the treatment time.
Stay tuned for the upcoming portions of this video, the investigations and the management of the epistaxis in the next videos. And for more updates, subscribe the Artistic Talk.